What is up everyone? So I'm currently on a replay mode. First of all, welcome, and to start, this is where I finished yesterday, or like not yesterday, Friday, when I was actually streaming. By the time I finished, I had my prayer time, so I had to stop the stream, and I said like I'll be keeping an eye on this one. And what was the reason? I was behind the liquidity grab market structure shift, wherever you want to count it. As I said, this is not wrong as far as I can see. It's a clean swing high. However, this is a better option to choose for, and since I say like I only look into the body close above the high rather than just the wick, because wick can cause the damage, body can tell you the story. And the same way, in any time frame, I mostly look into the bodies. Okay, so cause that's where it gives me more confirmation. So since this is the candle that closed above that high, that's why I said either way you are not wrong, since that's your market structure shift, or as I'm saying, a better market structure shift can happen here, and it's the same exact candle that did both for me. So that's why I'm saying either way you are not wrong. And this is 15 minutes. Okay, so before I talk about anything, keep to data set. Hey, good to have you back, my friend. Anyway, this is the low, that's the high market reached before any sort of retracement. Okay, it didn't retrace for a single bit until that high was created, and that high created a relative equal high with this and this. Okay, so just to keep the chart simple, I just marked the buy side here, and this high by Friday, what happened? Market came here, market traded a little lower than your breakaway gap, so this gap is no longer a breakaway gap. That's the first thing. I don't care, like some people says if body close below, that's where it will be a problem, but wicks I still look into a fill over that area. So since it didn't keep any portion open, this is just a regular fair value gap that market is retracing. Okay, and why this specific fair value? As I said, this is the move, that's my OTZ, and that's the only fair value that's aligning. So from the previous streaming, this is what happened on the day. Okay, I have a very good thing to show you guys. So I want to actually, before I like go to that and I show you those, as I said, I'm gonna complete a challenge and share everything with you guys. So since today is the day I completed my challenge, I am not I won't be able to show you from the top step dashboard the completion. I will show you here first, and I will give you what I had on previous 2 days. And once today is closed and my top step dashboard is uploaded or updated, I will share the other account history or whatever it is with you guys to show that yes, I have done it on the account. Okay, so just stay with me, I'm coming there. Let me start from here so that it can be easier for you to understand why I did a certain thing. Okay, I would go to my paper trading later on, but before I go there, I will show you today's things like what I wanted to show. But first here, okay, so Friday when this retracement was happening, I said I will mostly focus here and this fair value. So as you can see, the first time price came, it went higher, it created a short-term swing high. What I talked about this fair value is it's a inducement liquidity, right? This is a liquidity that called inducement. Okay, so price came lower, price traded to the breakaway gap or the first fair value gap that aligns with my OTZ, and look where it stopped, 7 on level. However, I said this is where I would probably, if I'm trading on a 15 minutes chart or something, I will try to enter a trade from here if I'm trying to 15 minutes chart. Now I have two fair value gaps. I saw the reaction here. This is a indication that market doesn't want to go and take this liquidity. There is another reason behind that, but I'm coming step by step. This fair value, it's very important for me. Okay, I don't care what other sees or says. This is how I see the market. This is how I look into the market structure. So when market came here on my paper trading, I took the entry. Okay, and as I said in my previous stream, if you are here, I said I would still maybe take a small risk over here, since this is the first fair value and I was expecting this to be the breakaway gap, but this fair value is not aligning with my OTZ, so my main focus will be here. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so when market came to this fair value, I hope you guys can listen to me or hear me clearly. I'll try to put my microphone a bit closer to me. It's already like 4 AM. I'm just sitting here looking into the chart, although I'm done with my trade even before New York opening, since I trade the London session mostly. So yeah, anyway, so Friday market came here at 3:30 PM. Okay, this is 3:30, or even if you want 2:45, this is where market came. And we all know that after 4 PM we really don't want to be in any position. Okay, that's the 4 PM line that I have put, and the market closes every day at 5 PM. So on the 15 minutes candle, the candle that opens at 4:45, okay, this is the 4:45 line. Wherever this, since I'm on the 15 minutes, the candle that opens here, that will be the 4:45 candle, and at 5 PM this day will be done. The Friday trading will be done. So let's see what happened after. Okay, so right at this level my 4 PM candle has closed. So whatever the paper trading I had, I closed right here. Okay, paper trading, I'm saying paper trading because that was the PM session and that was the move during the PM session, and I was live streaming. You already know why I did that, but I will show you that as well, because during the London session I already had over $2,400 profit on my new challenge account, the 100K challenge account. So I don't really need to like trade anymore for the day. Also I cannot go or make over $3,000 on the challenge account. So that's another reason I didn't want to take this sort of entry on that account. However, as you can see, market now, you can say like if you entered here, where should be your stop loss? Some people says a tick or two below this breakaway gap or the first fair value gap, but as far as I know, the best way or best area is this one, or this is the huge order block. Although this is a news candle, but that's a order block candle. Okay, since it took the liquidity, traded into the daily breakaway gap, and then market is coming higher. If you know from the daily, you have a daily bullish fair value gap over here sitting right here. Okay, if you don't know, let me go. I think that will mess up my all the drawing, but anyway, this is your daily first fair value of that entire move from this low to that high. The OTZ is aligning there, and there is no other fair value below that level, and that's why this is my most important on the daily. Similarly, the way I said that 15 minutes fair value is my most important fair value. Okay, so that's the daily fair value gap that market traded, and I'll go to the 15 minutes. I'll try to remove that one so you don't get confused with so many lines. You see, that's the daily fair value. So it traded into the daily fair value. It took all the liquidity sell side, whatever it had here, like until this liquidity level, or even I think it took this liquidity as well with this move, and then it started going higher. That's why this order block is a valid order block for me. Okay, there might be other confluences or other reasons, but that's how, as I'm saying, that's how I read the price or look into the chart. So since the 15 minutes first fair value that's aligning with my OTZ is here, and I trade into a 1 minute chart, but what I said on my previous stream was if I'm trading on the 15 minutes, I will enter from here into a trade. However, if market comes here and reacts from there, I might try to put a small risk over here. But if I enter here with even a small risk, where should be my stop loss? The first thing I need to see is the fair value, like the first fair value gap candles low, which is this one. Okay, so remember, like this is the breakaway gap that I'm expecting market to create. So what gonna happen is market to come to the gap, it should have kept at least a tick or two open on the bottom side, although it didn't keep here, but that's what I was expecting from this fair value. Okay, this specific fair value. Market came here, it's okay. Why? That's the candle I would put my stop loss. This is where it came. Don't worry, I have the paper trading recorded on my phone. If possible, I'll share with you guys. Now market came here, market started going higher, but 4 p.m. happened already, so I just closed, and it's already giving me the 1 to 2 that I target. Okay, it's giving me more than that, so I don't really need to go that far since with this one. Okay, so on the replay mode I cannot show you how much, but let's say like since I'm trading on a 100k account, okay, 100k, the 1% will be 1k, right? So 1 to 2 risk to reward, this move can give me already 2k in profit. Okay, $2,000 in profit. Isn't it good enough? I think it's good enough for me, so that's why I usually target like that. But let me come to the point. As you can see, this stop loss, like this day finished over here. Okay, so I have nothing to do with my entry. I closed my entry, whatever it is, I did that. Okay, now as you can see, this stop loss was not hit. I got my partial profit. Okay, day finished. Let's see where the next candle closed. What is the time here? 45, right? So I need to see this candle's closing. Okay, so this is exactly where the market stopped on Friday. 4:45 p.m. candle that opened here and closed here, done with Friday. So even if I didn't close my position with my 1 to 2 or at the 4 p.m. candle, this is where I must have to close my position. Otherwise I have to wait Saturday, Sunday, and until the session starts from Asia, whatever happens in the market, I have to wait for all those things, right? So I'm done with my Friday's thing. Now let's talk about today, what happened. Okay, so first thing is it's a new week opening and it's January 2nd, right? So the new week will be, there might be a gap, or it can create a gap on the new week. And since no one trades Asia session, especially like people who trades NQ, no one trades Asia session except for the Asian people. So this is where the market opened on the Sunday midnight or Sunday midday, whatever you call it, 6 p.m. on the New York time. Okay, so this is the new week opening. Where should be, I hope I'm still live and there is no issue with my stream, because I don't know, like I cannot see any comment or anything. However, if you guys are with me, let me know in the chat as well, because it's a very short stream. I'm gonna like end the stream pretty quickly. So as you can see, this and this have a huge gap, and this is Friday. Look on this area, like wherever the time is coming up. So this candle is the Friday last candle, 5 p.m. candle. 4:45 closed at 5 p.m. That's why I'm saying 5 p.m. candle. This is the Sunday midday opening, 6 p.m. or whatever, the Asia sessions opening or the new week opening. Okay, the gap between those two candles is your new week opening gap. So if there is a gap like this, I try to mark with this sort of things, since a new week opening gap is very important and you have to like keep an eye on that sort of gap for a very long time. However, I mean at least 4 weeks or so. Okay, unless price is going too far and within 4 weeks there is no chance of price coming here, then maybe a week is good enough. However, this is the new week opening gap and I like to mark the midpoint of that. Okay, like since this is the new week opening gap, it's also your fair value gap, but the fair value that you use over and over again as long as price is trading to these areas. Okay, so new week opening gap, the midpoint is also important, which is 67.50. The reason I'm showing you all this is because it will be important on my entry that I took and made a huge profit from it. So you will understand what I'm saying once I'm done. New week opening gap, this is the middle point or CE. Okay, so I'll just quickly put the annotation so that you guys don't get confused. and I'll lock it. Okay, so these three lines representing the high, the low, and the midpoint, or the 50% level. Okay, so this is your very important level. Now market opened higher, whatever it did, I don't really care because it's not my session, it's the Asia session starting, and lot of other things can happen in between. Market came to the New York opening gap high, it went higher, it took this liquidity. Let's see what market did. Now it created another buy side liquidity related to that high, like the previous inducement high, and all those are still sitting above. Okay, market came lower, the New York opening gap, it's still trading inside, but finally it came lower. Now the lower part, this is the reason. Okay, I'm not saying you can enter here, you can enter here, but this is the reason you need this. Okay, when market came lower, it's respecting the gap as a resistance. When market was higher than the opening gap, it acted as a support. Okay, so support resistance, this is how ICT support resistance works. Okay, market traded here. Let's see where market came. Okay, it's continuously doing this. However, there are so many other things. I'm just pausing here. That's the order block, that's your mean threshold rejection. I saw all this during the Asia session, and finally it broke lower, it took the liquidity. Now where did it came? During this move, I had an entry, I made literally huge profit with this one, and the partials that I closed in 3 different levels. Which level? Let me go to 1 minute and I will show you what exactly I did over here. Just showing you because I forgot to actually record it, and I had some other friends with me during the trade, like on Google Meet or so. That's why. So what happened during this specific area is, I'm calling from here, price created so many equals. My silver bullet started at 3. Where is 3? My silver bullet ended at 4. Okay, so during my silver bullet, although I was expecting a long run or bullish run, I couldn't find my setup over there. Why I couldn't find my setup is because, remember that area, it's sitting all below the New York opening gap low. Okay, yes, I could, if I could find the setup, this is where I could target during my silver bullet. Okay, however, the setup that I got was this one, this specific fair value, and from this to this I traded this. I will give you that as well, but why I am saying this is because I traded this on my funded account, 50k funded account, because before silver bullet it came here, it took the liquidity, market gave me a huge market structure shift. As I said, I don't count unless it's the body, and that's the candle's body. I have 2 fair value gaps, so number 1 and number 2. Now it looks very small, but still I do like this. Okay, see the OTZ, that's where market went. So I took somewhere around 25% level the entry, but I didn't take from here. A stop loss although I put here, but I believed that this order block mean threshold was little lower than that area, so I could especially put here. But since I'm looking into the chart, and since I took the entry this way, I'm showing you this way. Okay, so entry here after the silver bullet, what happened? First it took the buy side liquidity. Okay, it gave me the market structure shift with displacement. Why displacement? 1 fair value, 2 fair value. So when this fair value is aligning from this part with my OTZ, this is where I should have targeted to enter. However, since I got the sell side delivery with my entry, and as I stick with my own rule, it's a big fair value gap, I was expecting it to be a breakaway gap, so I didn't target that far, because if market goes this far, it won't be a breakaway gap, which in this case it's not. Okay, it's just a regular fair value. Market came, retested the order block, and then it came lower. However, as I'm saying, the way I target, you all know, is 1 to 2, right? This is my 1 to 2 delivery. That's what I got. Okay, exactly, this is what I got on my funded account. So now I'm done with my funded on. I'm soon requesting the payout, so you will see that message or mail once the confirmation comes, like after tomorrow anytime I will request the payout from that account. However, this was the silver bullet entry that I took, and after that it created so many highs and market came lower to that fair value. When coming lower, I saw this. It again gave you a huge displacement lower than that, and from where, if you want to know, let me show you the 15 minutes. So this is the distribution leg. Okay, this is the leg, and I'm talking about this area where I saw this on my challenge account, 100k challenge account. You see this huge green candle? That's the 15 minutes order block. Okay, this huge candle. Why it's 15 minutes order block? It took all the liquidity, it came up, it traded the previous order block. As I said, like, I need to become a order block, it can be institutional support level or resistance level. In this case, the new week opening gap. That's why I counted this as my order block. Okay, here midpoint retest, market coming lower from this side. Okay, so this became my order block. Also, this huge move took all these liquidities. Okay, the internal liquidities. So that's why I call this a order block. I already talked about it. However, since a lot of people don't like talking about order block, I'm gonna ignore it, but that's how I look into the market and look at the respect of that midpoint or mean threshold. Okay, now some people, they will say this is a respect, this is a respect. For me to confirm this is the order block, I need a price body closing below that. That's my personal observation. So when I see this, I hope I'm missing, yeah, so when I see this, I want to see this body close below. Now this is my retest. All before that is not my retest. Okay, this is my retest. One retest is done. Look, it started going lower, it did something like this. But anyway, that's the mean threshold of the order block. That's where market reached, and that's where market was reacting previously. So in 1 minute I saw that sort of reaction over there, and with this displacement I didn't enter here or here. Okay, don't get me wrong, I didn't even enter here, I entered even lower. So what I was expecting from the market is these two act as a breakaway gap. So to become a breakaway gap, I need portion opens over here. I have the portion open, the entire portion. Market came lower. Eventually it's respecting this fair value too, since volume imbalance and going higher, again volume imbalance. Immediate next candle came and closed lower. After that nothing went above. So I'm still counting this as a respect, but main thing is it act as a breakaway gap. Okay, what's up, man? Good to see. Hey bro, I saw you were streaming or something. Why aren't you unlocking or reactivating your Facebook, brother? After a long, I know I have been doing a lot of things for last couple of days or weeks, so I thought to come for a short quick thing. Okay, what do you think about this? A gambling? I don't know, man, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that is because even though I saw all this, I still had the courage to do this. Okay, but where I did it, I will show you. It's the breakaway gap, first fair value. I didn't consider any of this. However, this reaction gave me some confidence that market is eventually going here, and as I said, to enter into a trade I need a institutional level that market can reach and then give me the liquidity market structure shift. So I was expecting market to come at least to this level. Okay, at least to this level, if not lower. So that's why I considered the entry. I'll show you some other things. So after that I got a new break of structure here. Okay, this is what I love the most. So first break of structure, you can count from here or here or here. As I said, internal, that's up to you. However you tested, however you know it's working for you. This is how it's working for me. I'm doing it for I don't know, I'm doing it. Okay, so this, after this break of structure, I saw market created short-term high, which can work as a inducement liquidity. As I talk about it a lot of time, market took that inducement liquidity, came to the breakaway gap or the first fair value gap, or from that high to this low, the retracement was inside of my OTZ. That's where it stopped. It kept some portion open and started coming lower. And on my Friday stream, I talked about the change in state of delivery, the candle that is responsible to take the liquidity, in this case the inducement liquidity. Once market closes below that candle's opening price, this is where you can expect a change in state of delivery, or if you are in sell short, you can expect you are in the right side. That's, I'm not saying you use that unless you read about it, talk about it, or backtest it. This is what I have done. I showed you yesterday as well, like Friday stream. I showed you how many times I looked into those sort of confluences and I entered into a trade from a possible reversal area. In this case, this is the candle that took the inducement liquidity. So when market came and closed below this and eventually came even lower, I saw this is a very good opportunity to enter. Okay, so the entry that I took here looked something like this. So this candle, not even here, although that could have been a, I think, anyway, I forgot exactly. I will have a look later. And I entered from this volume imbalance. I didn't enter there. I don't know why I put it there, but this volume imbalance was the entry place that I took my entry from. Keeping the stop loss there. First partial, even though the low is here, there is this space that I believed that like this is how I target. This is my personal thing. Okay, don't get me wrong. This is how I do it. Okay, you have to look into your chart and you have to find it for yourself. I can see some other things over here as well. You see, like this is your 1 minute's breakaway gap that previously market came and retested after this breakup structure. Okay, and then going higher, taking the liquidity. So I'm gonna remove it just to make or keep the chart clear. So what I believed is market comes here, at least come here and then go for the buy side. Why I'm expecting buy side is from the Friday's stream. If you go to the daily, you will understand. So let me remove all the drawing because I can just get it back. As I said, it took the sell side liquidity, traded into the daily breakaway gap. It still kept a portion open, like a small portion, but it kept that open. So this is a area where market can go retrace to this liquidity. Okay, this was the liquidity that I targeted for today, and then this is where it's going. If market can close above this swing high, this previous day's high, if it can close here, I'm expecting market to go not only into this fair value but up to that far of the fair value. Okay, if not even higher, up to that far, not the lower portion. I'm not looking into that. Okay, mark this one or this one, however you want to mark your this specific opening closing price and the low. That's how far of this fair value market will go. At least that's my expectation. That's my complete expectation. Don't get me wrong, I'm expecting that sort of run. Why? Liquidity grab, it's coming already from the weekly bearish breakaway gap. It tapped into the midpoint, you saw everything. However, market structure shift, this is the move. So at least that's how far I'm expecting market to come. On the other hand, it can go even higher if it wants to retest my OTZ or OTE. That's why I use those things. Okay, there is another fair value sitting above, and this move I already talked about Friday, but maybe few of the people wasn't here. So as I said, OTZ, that's the first fair value. This is what I mark, and this is where I'm gonna look until market comes and breaks lower of this fair value. Once it's broken, that's the liquidity. Until this one is taken, I'm not looking into anything else. Once this one is taken, the weekly OTZ is aligning with this fair value, and I think the upper fair value as well, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so that's the weekly fair value I'm expecting if the daily is broken. Okay, before that I'm not looking into the chart that way, because now although it's a huge move towards the downside, and as I said, the change in state of delivery on the higher time frame, this is the candle responsible for that. That's why I said once this one is broken, I want to see market trading below this level. Okay, this 11 December 2023, this candle's opening price. Once a black candle comes and close below that, only then there will be a high probability, and to do that it needs to come below this weekly daily breakaway gap. Okay, so from the daily level, what I was expecting is market will today take the buy side liquidity, but since that's my challenge account, I found so many confluences over there to enter into a trade. I traded because I want to see a retest or revisit of this area. Also, if you look into the midpoint of this MT, that's another reason that I thought it should come to that area. Okay, so and that's why I took the entry for the sell short before, like during the London session. Now let me get back to that area, and what I said over there is, on last time, if today it closed above this high, it gonna go above whatever high it creates tomorrow on Monday, Tuesday. I'm gonna target that high. If this is the highest it can reach today and it creates a wick, as long as it closes above this previous day's high, I'm gonna look into a trade to buy setup. Okay, not it, I don't really need to trade until that far. If it comes lower and creates a huge wick like this, I don't really need to wait until that far. As long as I'm getting a clean buy setup, that's where I'm gonna target. Okay, yo, are you here? NT, hey virus, talk to me. Anyway, I hope you are okay. Oh, thanks. I don't know why it's showing two different IDs, but thanks. So yeah, what I'm saying is, if market by the end of today can close above that level, I'm still going to go for the buy long setups mostly, or with higher targets or good profit targets, as long as it's not reaching these levels. Okay, and that's how far I'm expecting at least market to go before it, if it wants to continue lower, this is where it should go, at least this far. Okay, why I'm expecting one in from my phone another from my laptop. Oh, you are a man, you are the man of, you are a man of what it calls, of a huge heart, I guess, because you are helping me, right? Thanks a lot, brother. But does it make sense to you, bro? What do you think? Let me know, because I might be wrong. So if I'm wrong, help me to get the Stephen, long time brother, good to see you, Stephen, bro. How are you? Good to see you. As I said on the Friday, when market was trading lower around this area, I said, like, if today can close above this line, tomorrow whatever the high it creates, like on Monday, that will be my target. I'm gonna I agree on you are, bro. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna target this buy side liquidity, and that's exactly what market already delivered. But the reason I came here is because I took a new challenge. Since some of the people wasn't here, I said about the challenge is, like, whatever I do, I will share with you guys. My winning days, losing days, whatever it is, I will share with you guys, and let's see if I can complete that or not, since I already have funded account and I have requested the withdraw previously, and another is coming hopefully anytime this week. So anyway, these are the confluence I was looking for the buy setup. Number one is the daily breakaway gap that's sitting in my OTZ or OTE as well, where market kept a little portion open over there. I know no body closed inside, but still the wick filled up until that far. That's what I look into, because I don't just look into the bodies every time. Okay, in terms of filling up the imbalances, I look into that as well, because you don't need a body to be stopped out or to get your profit. That's the first thing, or even enter into a trade. Okay, so as long as that's happening, I'm happy with that. Yesterday I said, like on Friday, I talked about the expectation from this fair value. I said it, I'm hoping that even though market was trading around this area when I live streamed, I said I'm hoping that it gonna close above that line. That's exactly where it closed. Now in today, I'll remove all the lines because this is the ESH. I trade on the NQ1 and you will see so many things over there. Okay, on the daily it looks like this, crazy. Any swing setup on other pairs? Brother, I don't provide setups or signals. I try to give what I have learned or what I have known for this long, the things that I'm trading with. That's exactly what I try to show you guys, so that if you have some sort of idea and you are still struggling, if this is easier for me, easier for you guys, the things that I'm showing, you can use this by back testing and forward testing. If that's not easier for you, I highly suggest you visit my friend's channel, ICT Trading Concept. You can see his channel on the I would love to see 03 candle FBG will make a IFBG. I would love to see that, bro. I would love to see that. Anyway, I really would love to see that because of the, I think on the NQ1, if I go to weekly, that, where is it? Man, am I still in the stream? My entire PC just stopped the moment I clicked there. I don't know. Oh, you kidding me? You are okay. I don't know why, what happened during that specific moment, but yeah, I'm willing to see that as well, as there are a lot of areas over there. And in 2024, if the inflation rate comes down, if the interest rates come down, this is where things may create a new all-time high. And if you go to the higher months as well, I know like there are lots of resistance over there. Why it's doing this? Am I this close to breaking my stream? I don't really know. I really don't know. Okay, am I now? Yeah, I'm on the monthly. This is the first time I'm seeing something like this. Hey, ICT Trading Concept, my brother, thanks for bringing me the luck. Do you still use 5 minutes entry limit? 5 how can I say this? I use any time frame from 15 to 1 minute. As long as it's giving me clear indications or clear levels, I use everything. Okay, on the monthly, it came to the fair value that it was supposed to come before. Okay, not here. It came there, it retested from the only fair value that you can see, where after taking the liquidity, giving you the monthly swing highs market structure shift, it came lower, it traded here, now it's going higher. For 2 months market has been bullish. It came until this far. There is only this order block, or yeah, this is the highest up close body, so order block, although this high is also included from this to that, but anyway, I don't need the whole thing. The extreme one is the most important one. However, as I'm saying, from monthly, I can see like these levels are pretty obvious from where it went. Okay, even though if it comes lower to that weekly fair value gap or whatever it is over there, and all I can see there is this bullish fair value. If it wants, after the break of structure, it can come here. Since it didn't create a new fair value around this area, this is where market can come to retest. I don't mind seeing that, but this low, I don't think it will be taken anytime soon. Okay, this low, until it takes that and creates an all-time new high, but it's gonna take time. Okay, monthly, right? One candle should take 1 month, and the retracement is yet to due on the monthly, so let's see what happens. However, as I said, from the daily, the two things. Okay, I'm on the wrong chart. Maybe let me go back to my NQH where I have very few drawings. So as I said, since it didn't close below that level, I'm expecting a higher run. That's what market is doing right now. But my entries or whatever it is from the 15 minutes, if it allows me to go there, first thing, forget all this. On the Friday I said this OTZ and this one single fair value that's aligning is very important. Now until this day on the Friday, market traded into that area, market went higher, day finished here, okay, but the 4 p.m. after 4 p.m. whatever position you have, you try to close it, even if possible before 4 p.m. Also I have this paper trading entry, as I said at the very beginning. I don't know, a lot of you guys are not there. I just put like this, and as I said, I always try to take the profit at 1 to 2. So that was the 1 to 2, but I closed it around this area because that was how far price went until 4 p.m. exactly here I closed my position. Okay, so that was 2.21. I didn't trade on my challenge account or funded account because I already had over $2,400 profit over there, so I didn't trade. As I said, I will show you as well, don't worry. So this is where I got my thing. And OTZ, as I say over and over again, this is what I use. This is what OTZ or OTE, this is another method of entering into a trade. Okay, ICT shared a lot of trade entry models. OTZ or OTE is one of them. If you look into that specific video on his channel, you will find what he's talking about this. Okay, but he didn't extend it too far. What I did is I added the OTZ with the fair value. It gave me more success, more confirmation, the back test, forward test, everything. This is the thing that I use for my everyday day-to-day trade. Okay, wherever I trade, if I'm trading the day, I use this confluence, not only with higher time frame, in 1 minute as well. So that's where market came. Market gave me 1 to 2. Yes, I know this is the buy side liquidity, this, but since it was very close to the end of the day, market closed here at 4 p.m. like this candle is the 4 p.m. candle. Let me take up this. Okay, so exactly here I closed my position. The what position? The position I took on my paper trading account. Now this fair value gap, it got respected here. It gave me 1 to 2. I don't care about that. This fair value gap was supposed to go higher and take the buy side liquidity and the relative equal highs, but this is the high that is yesterday's high. Okay, the Friday candle week is here, this high. If you remember, this is the Friday high, and these highs are previous, like you see Thursday, and maybe this is also Thursday. So this is Thursday, this is Friday. Market currently took all the liquidities, but anyway, this is the buy side and this is a relative equal. At least this high should be taken, and since there are multiple highs over there at around the same level, I was expecting a buy side run towards this. But since this is the previous day, on my NQ1 you will see I have oh shit man, I shouldn't have switched. Come on, show me, where is it? Okay, you see how I marked that level? I don't need to mark it, but the only reason I marked it is because previous day buy side liquidity. That's how I marked it. Okay. Oh, my mouse just died also. What's happening? Sorry guys, let me just quickly change my battery because it's a charging battery and I have been using it for months without recharging. So okay, it just takes a minute. Done. Okay, so that's why I said like previous day buy side, although that was the most obvious level, if not higher, because there is only the order block. Except for that, above that high I don't have any fair value here or here. Currently market is trading around this area, and I had this level marks that I removed, since that's a possible area that market can do a possible reversal move for a short term, you know, like liquidity grab or revisit to this sort of fair value gaps. I don't really want to trade this because I never trade the PM session, you all know that by now. and if it doesn't respect this fair value, the only thing I can see is all this liquidity and this unfilled part of the fair value. Oh shit, this unfilled part of the fair value, but you can mark the entire fair value if you want. You have to mark the buy sides inside of that as well. So that's the area. I am hoping market will give a possible short-term reaction, short-term, because it's in a bullish move, bullish trend. It didn't even reach to the daily fair value above its level that I was showing on the NQH on daily chart, or yeah, on the daily chart. So it didn't reach there, so that's why short term here, as long as it closes above the previous day's buy side liquidity, this level, I'm not gonna remove this level. However, I'm gonna remove this one, because for tomorrow I want to see where market ends up. Okay, so this level I don't really need. As I said, this is where I'm expecting a possible reversal from for a short term to retest this sort of fair value gaps. Okay, so anyway, let me talk about a few things on my end. On the 15 minutes, market came exactly to the mean threshold of that order block, the huge order blocks mean threshold. Okay, at the same time, if I'm not wrong, there was another confluence which was not from this one, I'm sorry, it's on in the 1 minute. It's in the 1 minute. Where is it? Why there is nothing showing over there? Okay, yeah, this no, here, previous week C, that's where it came, and the 15 minutes mean threshold that somehow I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I should not be showing this here because this is where I trade. I don't really want to mess up that chart, because I will have to draw all the levels again if I do that, and this is the last time I'm going to switch the chart, because this is a very short video. I'm live stream. I'm really sorry if I'm not making any sense. Come on. Why this Collabberry D bar replay cannot be connected? Doesn't matter, I don't really need the bar replay. So this is why. Okay, I was in the replay mode and switching consistently between charts. So in 1 minute, the new week opening gap, let me mark that as well, and it should be somewhere here. I forgot what day is this day. This is the 5th one, so somewhere here, right? Friday. Am I too far? Oh yeah, should be here, because I marked it from the 15 minutes. Now I forgot exactly where I my Friday. Where is the Friday? 4 p.m. Come on, this is Friday. 4 way higher, man. It's way higher. I'm too far on the back side. Friday. Oh my god, did I went that far behind? Somewhere around this area, right? Yeah, found it. 1 minute congested. I marked it from the 15 minutes. It was easy to see. Okay, and for the mean threshold or midpoint or C, sorry, for the C, since it's a opening gap or a gap, I should call it C, not anything else. 67.5, that's where it is. So these 3 levels are the C levels. That's the Asia sessions buy side liquidity, and this low is today's low that created by the London session, and this low will not be violated today. I can I can assure you that. This is the low London created today. It's time for New York to create the high of the day, so this low will be intact, and this was the previous day's low that will be intact, or I was expecting this low won't be violated from today's sell side delivery or something. I was not expecting this. So now for the last time, let me go to Mr. R. Have you ever used a line? I don't use line chart, my friend, only candle. Okay, I don't use line chart, unfortunately. So as I was saying, this is your order blocks mean threshold that market retested or revisited. If you go to your higher time frame chart like daily or any other thing, you will find your previous days, weeks C sitting somewhat around this area. Okay, so that's all it is respecting, or retested, revisited, however you want to call it. Price created this. Now I call this a BPR. It can be different for other people. Why I call this a BPR I explained before, but just one quick thing. This is sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. This is buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So when this happened, buy side inefficiency was like it was efficient, okay, with this total bearish fair value. The buy side inefficiency was fulfilled or completed, however you want to call it. However, I have the sell side inefficiency here. Similarly, this is your buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So market came until this far to give you the sell side inefficiency refilled. So you still have inefficient area over there in terms of this specific mode. So buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So this one has still the sell side imbalance, this one still has the buy side imbalance until this far. Okay, so once that far is done, I will remove this level, but this level is important to me. Okay, in 15 minutes this is a very good area to look for. This is a very good area to keep your eye on. I'm not gonna say look for entry because that may cause some problem with some other people. This is the candle that took the liquidity of this low. Why I'm showing this low is because that's the New York PM session low, and you want to look for market structure shift only when this is the New York session low, okay, PM session low. When a certain area, let's say this high, when this high was created, it took previous days New York session PM, New York session AM, including that high, although, but this is the kill zone, or the in between this was your break time, lunch break or something. So the session high is important. You only look for your market structure shift after that, or once those time based liquidity has been taken, Asia session taken by London session, or even it continued lower, came to retest that area, market delivered lower. Finally, once this one done, New York open happened, or this is the 830 candle. You know, we all know we had a news over there, I think NFP or something. So you got your liquidity graph from here. On the higher time frame, you had your daily fair value gap, everything done. That's the move, and that's why I was confident about this fair value, that if market can come here, even if I'm trading on the 15 minutes, I would consider taking an entry here. Okay, this is why, the only reason was behind that. It's taking the liquidity of a previous session, it's giving me that huge move, market structure shift. Now I have the OTZ as I showed. This is the only fair value that aligns with that. So two confluences. On top of that, it's a huge order block. You can use that one as well. So if it wants to go lower, it has to break so many things, and this is why I call this a high probability. Now it was very close to the end of the day, market closed here. However, at 4 PM you have to close your position. I don't care if it's in loss, if it's in profit. That's where I close my paper trading. Today similarly, Asia sessions high, Asia sessions low, sell side was taken, a small move towards the buy side on the order block, and you know the opening gap, that's where it's trading. This is the institutional level of support or resistance. That's why I call this a order block. Okay, once market traded lower than that, this is where market paused for a certain amount of time. However, you don't want to call it a order block, no problem. You have fair value here. Yes, it got disrespected, but since that's your fair value, for a sell short entry, if you are even using this fair value, okay, if you are using this fair value, where should be your stop loss? Think at least this candle, like I'm showing the minimum possible area. Don't think I'm showing because I saw this move or whatever it is. Why I'm saying this: 1 2 3 candle that created the fair value, at least that high should be your stop loss. That's why I said at least this. But you know, you have a new week opening gap, so if it was me, even though I didn't consider anything here, but if it was me, I would at least put it here, okay, at the new week opening gap high. It came, opened here, went higher, traded back to the opening gap high, went higher, took this liquidity, traded back into this order block's mean threshold. Oh shit, that's not the OT, that's not the, it traded to the order block mean threshold, or you can find your order block on the left side if you are not happy with taking this as your order block. Up to you. I took this one as it's trading to the previous order block, that's why. Anyway, so order block, I don't know, I might be wrong about the order blocks. About the opening gap, it traded to the upper portion, it took the buy side liquidity of that short term high on the new week opening. Now when it traded lower, it trapped into the lower portion of the new week opening gap multiple times, not once, twice, at least here on the 15 minutes. In 1 minute you will find at least 5-6 times it tapped over there, it got rejected, and you will have other areas as well over there in 1 minute if you look into that area. Market came lower, market took this liquidity, and Stephen, please brother, could you show me kills on session setup? My is different from yours. Okay, if yours is different, I don't use the AM PM, I only use the London. This is what I look into, London 2 PM to 5 AM, this liquidity. However, you know where the silver bullet is, since I only trade silver bullet. It's from the 3 AM to 4 AM, that's your silver bullet, and 2 AM to 5 AM, this is your thing. But if you are using the exact same indicator that I'm using, ICT kill zone and pivot point with this huge bullshit thing, I wanted to make a copy of it so that I can just reduce the size. I forgot. Okay, I will make it very soon. I will edit the code, like this code. If I edit the code from here, I can do it. Okay, so I'll make it very soon. However, if you are using this exact indicator, first thing first, set it to the -5, otherwise it won't match with your chart. That's the first thing. Okay, if it's at -4, since that was the New York thing, okay, New York time zone or UTC, GMT, UTC, however you call it, if it was -4 before, now it's no longer -4, it's 5. That's what you set, you will get the proper one. And this is UTC -5. The day it goes to UTC -4, you can change it to the -4 as well. Okay, so other than that, there is nothing, only these two. So I hope you got it. If not, if I was too quick. So this is Asia session kill zone, this is London session kill zone. New York AM, New York PM, you can keep the 9:30 to 11, since from 12 o'clock you will have the lunch break. That's what I have here, although I don't use it. Okay, the lunch break part, or AM PM, nothing, I really don't need it, as long as I'm waiting for my setup during the London session silver bullet, I will be happy with that. Now since I'm here, let me show you this thing. Trade of it, 100k account, $6,014.95 profit has been made. You can see this is not a practice account, this is the practice. I didn't trade practice or anything, I don't really need to, because I have practiced good enough time. And this is the trade of it, this is today's account summary, $2,493 in profit. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me actually try to zoom the chart. Okay, where is it? Shit. What level of zoom is this? Okay, I hope you can see it here. So today's profit, the new challenge that I talked about on the previous stream, that I will share everything with you guys. So this is where I'm sharing with you guys where I entered. There is another one sitting here, second account, different account. This is where I hope you can see the current balance, because I cannot move the chart from left to right. Let's see, with No, my keyboard, it's not even moving to the left to right, otherwise I could zoom a little bit more. Oh, come on. Okay, now it's clear. $1,614. I made this in 3 days, and since I'm into my trade of it, I'm not gonna share the entire screen. However, I'm gonna take a live screen, live, what it calls, screenshot, so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. As you can see, I didn't even save it. Okay, but anyway, this is where I just took the screenshot with. If I try to close, I think it will give me a warning. It didn't give me the warning, I'm sorry. But again, new, I'm selecting my screenshot. You can see it's blinking again. This is day 1. I made only 1,000 something profit. The reason, you know, because the discount code that I shared on my Twitter and on my previous stream, that code was valid until Friday, and that code I found was on the exact same day. That's why I shared immediately on my Twitter and on the stream. However, on this specific day, I think Thursday midnight I got it, and until Friday night it was valid. So for around 30 hours you got the discount. So the discount code I got on the 100k combine. Day 1 I only traded one session, like the PM session. I got one setup towards, I think, the buy long or something. That's what I took, and that's where I made this $1,000 profit on this day. On this day, don't worry, I'm gonna go to that other part as well. And this is Friday. You already saw on Friday's stream, if you are here, I showed you on the Friday's profit. This is where I ended up with the day. And since today it's not updated yet on my trading, what it calls, top step dashboard, I cannot show you the today. It's here, okay, the profit target. However, as you can see from here, this is where I ended up. And if you reduce or minus this amount from the screenshot that I just shared with you guys, you will find, or just wait a second, I'm gonna give you another screenshot. 4th January, 5th January, that's what I just showed you guys. 1,024.86 back to back profit, plus and plus this, like add these two and add that, you will find the exact value. You can see here, maybe the commission that they took during the trade, I'm not sure like what exactly it's gonna show you, but let me see. Okay, 134.84 plus 2486.24 plus today how much, 2493.86, 6014.94, 6014.94. I'm done with my day, done with the challenge. Since the target of 6,000, by tomorrow, once I get the confirmation and congratulation mail, I will share it with you guys on the Twitter as well. However, let me just reset the zoom level. So what was it I was talking about was this specific candle that took the liquidity, the sell side. Okay, once you get this information, let me just turn off the thing and let me turn on the chat. Okay, Stephen, thanks a lot, brother. It's okay, I'm like, you're welcome. What I'm saying, I don't know, I got very excited to share with you guys that I have another 100k done. Okay, so once this liquidity, this is a important liquidity because it's New Year PM session. You only focus on the time based liquidity and market structure shift after that. Okay, I hope you got my point. This is a time based liquidity that was taken, and then it gave you the market structure shift wherever, like if you mark here, you have it here. If you mark here, you have it here. I would love to mark it here or even here. Okay, because I call this internal market structure shift, and this is where I entered today for the long setup towards the buy side delivery. Especially I didn't wait until that far because I had my profit done way before that. Okay, since I target only 1%. Look here, this is 15 minutes chart, but still this is where I entered the confluence. I already talked about it. stop loss not even there. If I'm not wrong, on 1 minute it was even higher. This is what it can give me with my 1%. Okay, so sorry, with 3 lots it could give me $7,000. That's why I didn't need to wait until that far. As I'm saying, I closed maybe around this high was formed. That's where I was already done with my daily target. But as I said, this is where I was expecting market to go, at least like this is where I was expecting market to go since Friday PM session. Okay, and as you saw, this coming from the min threshold, BPR retest, it went higher, it gave me anyway. What I'm saying here, this is the market structure shift. It created this fair value from this low to that high until the retest. There is no other fair value than that one, so that's the only fair value, and it created the breakaway gap or whatever. This is where I would love to call this a breakaway gap. It's not sitting lower than that, like a little portion. I don't have any problem seeing that. However, as long as the at least the 50% or even lower of that fair value, let's say this fair value was sitting something like this area. Okay, if this is where the fair value was, I would not consider this fair value. I would wait for another fair value, as simple as that. Since that's not happening, like the 50% level or other level is not below that sell side liquidity, I'm still happy to call this a important fair value gap. But there was the daily new week opening gap as well here. So when market came lower, I was little hesitant to take the entry, to be honest. I'm not gonna say like, okay, I just saw the fair value, I took the entry, because it traded above, it came immediately lower. Okay, but still I was willing to take that chance because of the 1 minute structure around that area. Okay, where is it here? So that's the BPR. This is the area that I was talking about. Okay, in 1 minute, this before this I was in a trade right around this area. Why I was in a trade is because, as I said, I was calling this my inducement liquidity. I will go back to 15 minutes because I forgot to finish on small little thing. That's my inducement liquidity that price took. Okay, and I looked into the week as well. The 50% rejection from that specific area before, like below the liquidity level. Yes, I didn't get a retest around that far. That's why I waited a little. Finally, when market came here, rejected. After that, I took my entry. Okay, after that, where did I take my entry? Is on top of that fair value around this area. Why? If you look into that specific candle, this candle, what happened here is, this candle is what took the liquidity. Okay, this black candle, or took this liquidity. Why this liquidity? As I said, this is the inducement that I was looking into to enter into a trade, and I saw the reaction from the week's high, week's midpoint. Now this is the internal market structure shift, whatever you call it, but I would love to wait until I see another retest or reaction to this order block min threshold. Now this is a reaction too, right? But in this case, I don't consider this as my order block. Why? Because the entire order block, if I have to see, this is the entire order block, and the first time market traded above that entire area is this candle, when this candle happened. So if I consider the entire order block's midpoint, this is the midpoint that market respected, went higher. And if I consider the extreme order block, this is the first time it came to retest that min threshold. Okay, that's why I waited until that far. Anyway, and when market went above, like I didn't even need to wait until that far. Oh, I'm extremely sorry guys. The entry that gave me the profit was here. Okay, above the new week opening gap. I'm sorry guys, I made it completely wrong. I entered from here. There are two reasons. Number one is this bearish breakaway gap that previously market respected at least twice. Finally it broke above. Now if you don't want to consider this, I still consider that, and this is the new fair value gap after this break of structure. Okay, this break of structure, because as I said, I count this as my break of structure rather than waiting until that far. But if I waited until that far, I found that as well. So where was I? Okay, so on this specific fair value, I saw if market wants to come lower, market must have to break the new week opening gap, like break below that, and it has already traded below, took the session's liquidity. So once market was here, I was pretty confident about taking an entry on that new week opening gap high, just because I have this breakaway gap. Why I'm calling this a breakaway gap is when market broke the structure, let's say I'm not counting here, see I counted here, okay, but I'm saying some people would love to count it here, okay, that's why I'm saying here. If you find your liquidity market structure, what I'm seeing here is this is your first fair value, this is your second fair value. So when market is coming lower, I wanted to see if it can come to the discounted area or not. That's the discounted area, that's why I entered from this. If the new week opening gap was not there, the midpoint was not there, if the fair value was even lower, and only then I would look for my OTC around this area. But I was expecting that market will respect the midweek new week opening gap. If not the top, it may come to the midpoint or the CE, but I was not expecting market to come here. That's why this 65465 was what happened, mama? Hey mama, what happened? I don't know what you mean by am I missing too many things? Okay, so yes, what I'm saying is when this happened, okay, this is where I entered, and the only reason was that level of this fair value was aligning in the discounted area. As I said, I always look into those things before entering into a trade, because look, the next time market came to this specific area of the fair value on the discounted area, it again started shooting higher. So I saw this sort of reaction a lot of time, but of course you have to wait and have some institutional levels over there, as I had the new week opening gap. What happened? I don't understand what you said. So please let me know what you mean by that. So yes, this is where I entered, and I didn't need to wait until the entire buy side was taken, because by this move, I think this move, I already got the profit that I was looking for, because I will show you why for a second. So the entry would look something like this, okay? So new week opening gap, this is where I entered. A stop loss I put exactly here. As I said, I was not expecting, because multiple reasons. Number one is the new week opening gap has been tested here multiple times. It took the session's liquidity that it was supposed to take. London session created the low, so I'm not expecting this low will be violated today. No matter what, gun to my head, or however you want to say, this low will be intact today, okay? Today, I'm saying today, because I don't know where market will close today. If market closes below this previous day buy side liquidity or previous day high, only then I will consider around a lower run to this sell side. Other than that, I'm only going higher, as long as market is closing the previous days higher and not reaching for that daily fair value gap and that breaker block retest, okay? So until that, okay? And what I was showing here is around this area, if I'm not wrong. Yes, so I had these equals sitting over there, but before that I wanted to see a short possible area to exit out of the trade or not, okay? And this is where I think I got more than enough profit that I was expecting, okay? This is where I entered, not with 10 lots, don't be confused, but stop loss entry is exactly what you can see here. This is where my stop loss entry was, because I was not expecting the midpoint will be violated this time before taking all those equal highs, or at least this high. Since I don't need to go until that high, this setup looks very easy for multiple reasons. One, in the discounted area of this entire move. Two, market traded way higher the new week opening gap. Now you can say like, why you didn't consider here? Why? You can see when it retested, when a new week opening gap is broken, I wanted to see something like this, okay? Market either coming to the top and rejecting, or market coming to the consequent encouragement and rejecting. Now when that happened, it created nothing over here. Like nothing means no liquidity grab, market structure shift, that sort of things. Okay, but when this time happened, when market came lower, took this area, this liquidity, and respected this area. If I'm not wrong, I had some other confluences here as well. I forgot about that part since it's a long ago. Like no long ago means I'm thinking about this sort of things for a long time. So there are some other confluences. Maybe on 15 minutes there was a fair value. I don't know. Yeah, so this I was talking about this, like 15 minutes fair value, market went higher, traded that fair value, went higher, now it's coming lower, and this is what I was talking about. Okay, the 15 minutes order block, it came to the order block opening price or the body. That's how far it came. So this is where I was bit confident that since it took this liquidity, the inducement liquidity, why I'm calling it inducement, as I said, I go time frame to time frame as long as it's valid, it's looking clean to me. Okay, you see that 15 minutes fair value on the 5 minutes, now you have one fair value, two fair value, price traded into the fair value, like this fair value, the higher on the upper fair value. Okay, it's trading here, the first fair value. Let me remove the 15 minutes on now, since I'm on the 5 minutes here. Since I can recall what I did, this is exactly what I did. Breakaway gap, first fair value gap, market took the inducement liquidity, it went higher, gave you the market structure shift, and it created a huge fair value gap. Okay, and the only reason I put it here is because the new week opening gap. Other than that, I would put even lower. Okay, like whatever the fair value gap candle is, maybe here, or if the order block mean threshold, oh sorry, it's on the left side. So if the order block mean threshold is covered by this low, I would put there. If not, wherever it takes me, I would put below the mean threshold. Okay, that's what I look into when I trade. So this is my order block. Why this is my order block? Because entire move to a fair value gap taking the liquidity, that's the lowest down close candle, and until market trades above this, I have nothing in between but that only order block set of candles. Okay, so market traded above that, now I have this order block confirmed, and that's the broken area of that order block. Okay, like what I can say, like the gap it created on the 5 minutes. But as I said, this was more confluence that market cannot come here, since you see like this area market traded, you saw the 1 minute. Let me finish that part first, you will understand what I'm saying. In 1 minute, this is what I would love to see from the market. Either it's coming to the mean threshold and getting rejected, or it's coming to the upper part and getting rejected from there. In this case, market went higher, came to the upper part, it didn't go above that high. Okay, it didn't give me the market structure shift over there. If I got that, I would consider a fair value to enter for long setup. I didn't get that, I waited. When I waited, I saw this move happened. Okay, like from this reaction, I'm not talking about what happened on the right, I'm talking about this specific move. When market traded above, retested the upper portion, I was expecting a break of a structure above this high, this side from this, but market came to the order block, or if it's not a order block, don't consider that. It didn't give me the market structure shift, it came lower, it closed below that midpoint. So this is where I got triggered that this entire move can be fake. Okay, and if it comes below this fair value again, it will go and grab this inducement liquidity. That's what exactly market did. So since market was actually reacting to the anticipated levels that I had in my mind, that's why I got more confidence here. Now over here I have weekly breakaway, weekly opening gap, new week opening gap. I have this entire move that gave you the market structure shift. I have the fair value gap or breakaway gap over there. I have this inversion fair value gap that market retested or traded. Okay, so once 3-4 things happened, and also don't forget the discount and premium. Since market came to the discount, it was even a better probability or chance for me to get the profit that I was hoping for, and that's exactly what market did. It until this far I am done with my everything, like below this fair value low or around this area. I'm okay. I exactly took, I know where I took at this. Okay, this is exactly where I took my profit. I will show you, but just let me explain the few things. The market came, retested that area. I don't care about what market does after, but as anticipated, it took those buy side liquidities currently trading here on the 15 minutes. I don't know why that fair value is not here. So as I said, I was expecting a reaction from where was that fair value? Yes, so this liquidity level and this fair value. However, exactly the unfilled amount, come on man, I have the magnet on. Yeah, so this is the entire fair value. I'll just reduce it like this. I was expecting some like rejection or reaction from here for a lower run towards this fair value gaps. If it comes better, if not, I have nothing to do with the market right now. Okay, nothing to do with the market. I made my profit in my funded account, I made my profit in my challenge account, completed the challenge. I have nothing to do with the market, and I usually don't even bother to trade in the New York session, just because not today but every other day you will find it is congested with all those news. Okay, so I hate to see that. When I see the New York, every news is sitting on the New York session. 1 p.m. Wednesday you have a New York. Okay, it's orange folder, but it's a 10 years bond auction. I don't think this auction or this orange folder will not have any sort of impact. Thursday 8:30, this many red folders, CPI, core CPI, year to year, unemployment claim, all sitting at 8:30. Now in 1 p.m. you have again 30 years bond auction. So 10 years, 30 years important. If you don't think it's important, keep an eye during this moment. You will find your answer. Friday again 8:30 you have all this. So during the news events, I don't like it at all. Okay, unless I didn't trade the London silver bullet, I will wait until the news is done with its whatever it is, the reports and other stuff. I will wait until then. On previous week you had all these. Okay, the market crash happened because of all this, not because of this only. But why I'm saying this is because you will look into these specific times of the week, you will find your move on the market. When it's green like this, you will find your move, bullish move, bearish move on the NQ and ES, and bullish move on your DXY. Okay, dollar index. Because when this comes positive, when actual is greater than forecast, is good for currency. Okay, so dollar index is not just a index. Okay, this is the US dollar index, so the currency index. That's why you saw when it was good, where it was, let me check. This is 940, it's today, right? Let me go to the previous day where it was going higher. I forgot, where is it? I hope you know all. Okay, this sort of thing. Okay, 8:30 a.m. you see the Friday 8:30. Let's see what happened in Friday 8:30. Where is the cross button? I cannot find it. Okay, here, Friday 8:30. You see green, green, green. When it's red, 10 a.m. let's see the 10 a.m. candle. This is your 9:45. Okay, so this is where 10 a.m. finished. This is your 10 a.m. candle when it started. It came red over here because why? It's actual less than forecast is what? Greater than forecast is good for currency, less than forecast is bad for currency. It came red, it came less than the forecasted price. Okay, this is forecast, this is actual. So forecasted price less, that's what you saw here on that specific moment. So yeah, like this is why I don't like to trade. It was gradual during the AM session, I mean London session. So do the market on DXY or NQ, whatever you look into. It's all gradual move. It was gradually going up on DXY, it was gradually coming down on NQ. This is better. I don't want to be involved into this, and if if my analysis or if my reading, price action reading, whatever you call it, if that is wrong, I don't want to be a what it calls, I don't want to be in a down drawdown like this crazy. Okay, although I know during, if you have a stop loss set, it will stop you out, but if you are in a drawdown during your news or something, some moves like this, you will know that the stop loss won't work exactly where you set it. It will still give you higher loss than you anticipated. Anyway, that's up to you, whatever you feel comfortable. And my friend, I will count that highest high as my MSS. Need to go, brother. It's good to stay here. Okay. This high is definitely important to look into that, but what I said here is on the 15 minutes the unfinished part was like this. Okay, so this was the session's low that market took, the previous day's New York PM session. As I said, I focus into those liquidities only. When market took it with this candle, so I want to see price closing above that for having some added confirmation that yes, if I find a possible setup after that happened, that will be a possible high probability entry for me, because I am on the right side of the delivery. Similar thing I showed on Friday. Let me go to the Friday. What is Friday? Okay, this is Friday. Liquidity. Okay, you will see like the London sessions liquidity is also sitting below that. This is the only candle that took the liquidity. Yes, it's a news candle, I know, but when this move happened, that's when I said when market retraced to my OTZ or OTE, I will consider a entry from that. If I'm trading on 15 minutes, I will consider from here. If I'm going to the lower time frame, I want to see something like this on my lower time frame. Okay, like the liquidity grab market structure shift, the original ICT setup or 2022 IT model, whatever you call, like that, in around this area after revisiting this area. Okay, so that's I learned from ICT, and that's what I learned from some of his students as well, although you may not like looking into that things. So just consider ICT as ICT only. This is called the change in state of delivery, like not this low, this the moment the candle that closed or took your liquidity. Yes, ICT has a different thing. Okay, ICT said this candle, okay, this body, this is your change in state of delivery. Once the lowest candle or the candle with the lowest body after the liquidity grab is violated, this is where you find your change in state of delivery. However, this is my personal observation that why we call this entire block a order block. If let's say it's not a order block, if you want to say it that way, but usually why we call set of candles a order block. We look into the extreme, but why we call at this entire set? So in this case, I looked into this body because that's the candle responsible for taking the liquidity. I found a lot of like success with that. It improved my strategy even better. So this is why I'm looking into this sort of things on the higher time frame first, and then coming into the lower time frame. If I find something like that around the similar area, I will look into that as well. Okay, so you look here, that's the sell side liquidity. Which candle took it? This candle. Okay, this is the candle that took the liquidity. So from higher time frame, this is where I can expect for my change in state of delivery, but on the lower time frame, I'm expecting it from here. Okay, and that's where market went. After that, it never came lower to retest. Okay, when this happened, that fair value was respected. It never came to revisit this area. Okay, it never, it created that breakaway gap. I didn't even need to mark the high for a possible reversal or something. I'm not saying I can enter from this fair value. Okay, I add those influences with my strategy, own strategy. When I'm looking into chart, I add those influences. I don't know how much valuable that part was, but that's what I wanted to show, that I have already completed the 100k challenge within 3 days. First day with 1k profit, and the other 2 days around 2400 or 500 $2500 profit. Okay, and I already showed you the top step as well, and if I'm not wrong, it's still here. So 2486 on the 5th January, 4th January 1034, and today this is the PNL with one single entry from the new week opening gap high until this breakaway gap on the 1 minute. Yes, I know there is your liquidity, but I didn't need to target that. That's why I took this far, because as you saw how much it can give. Okay, so I took exactly on this candle's closing. This is where I took my profit, all the profit. The reason I had to add this far is because I closed my half position at this level, and then the rest I left for that specific area. And when I saw that is also giving me the amount that I need to complete, I didn't wait until that far. Even if it came, as you know, where my stop loss was exactly on the new week opening gap, which is 465. Okay, this 465 level, the new week opening gap low. Since market still didn't revisited that low, this move wouldn't have stopped me out, as simple as that. So yeah, I think that's what I wanted to talk about. And for Tuesday, as I'm saying, if you are trying to get something from me, the best thing that I can give you is look into the daily candles opening and closing price from the previous day. Okay, and look into the structure from where it can go. This is the structure I was talking about. It went there, and what I said by previous day is because on Thursday, okay, from this entire area, what happened at this side, market took the buy side liquidity, it failed to close above. So I was expecting a lower run. Not just because of this, I had a weekly bearish breakaway gap that market traded the midpoint and then gave me this specific move. Okay, so this is where I'm bearish. Now you see, like, this liquidity is taken with this candle. Okay, so ICT considers this body as his change in market, what it calls change in the state of delivery. When candle close below this specific level, he calls that. I don't know how you can utilize to your strategy, but since this is the candle that took the liquidity from this swing high on the daily level, I consider this candle is where I found my change in state of delivery. However, forget about everything else. What I was saying is, market took the liquidity from a higher time frame point of interest or breakaway gap, bearish breakaway gap. It took the liquidity from the previous day, it failed to close above, so this sell side was a target for me, and that's where I turned bearish after seeing this close. Okay, when I saw that close, I know market will take, like, I'm hoping market will take this liquidity. Now once this liquidity is taken, the next day when I sit in front of my computer, I want to see where the market closed. Market closed below that liquidity level. So let me come from replay mode so that you don't get confused. So now on Friday 29 December, when I see market close below on 28 December candles low, I'm anticipating or expecting this liquidity run until it reaches to a institutional level, which is a daily breakaway gap that you can see, and also I showed it, it's sitting in the OTC, but I don't really need to look into that as long as I'm getting this sort of move. Okay, market took the sell side liquidity, closed below, I'm looking into this. That level is important. Until price reach here, I don't need to look where market can reverse. This is the only level I'm gonna look into, and the reason I'll tell you that as well. Market closed below, so this sell side, so from here, okay, so where will market open? From here. Now from here I will see market creating a high. As you see, like, every time it creates wicks on the high, on the low, every time. Okay, so for a sell side setup, I would look something like this on the lower time frame, in this case 15 minutes breakaway gap or whatever it is sitting on this specific area, hourly maybe, I will look into that to market retrace and give me on the smaller time frame this sort of structure with enough liquidities as well. Like on its way up, it should take some liquidity as well, especially from the previous swing high on the lower time frame. After that I will look. So from here the day will open and it will create wick or the high of the day, and then it will create the low of the day, and that low will go and take this liquidity. Okay, that's what I'm targeting. So market opens at that level. Let's see if it takes the liquidity or not. It created volume imbalance. That's still my high of the day, above my opening price range that I was anticipating, and it took the sell side liquidity. So today this is where I'm targeting the next day. Okay, because it closed below the previous day. This is the only thing you will need to know your bias within 10 seconds. I'm telling you. Okay, it took the liquidity, close below. What is my target? This sell side. Okay, until I moved it a bit, that's why I had to put Ctrl Z. Anyway, so until it goes to some area that I'm already anticipating. What's the area? Again, from the low to the high, discounted area. I have two okay, forget about discount everything, come back to this. This is the entire move's first fair value. I hope there is no argument with that. This is the entire move's second fair value. I hope there is no argument with that. And since price on this day closed below that fair value gap, this fair value gap, I have no problem considering that market is coming to this fair value. So that fair value I don't need to worry too much, unless you are paralyzed by your analysis. Okay, so market closed below the previous day. Now this liquidity is my target. It took the liquidity, but did it closed? Also it came inside of your daily fair value gap that you are anticipating, or breakaway gap that you are anticipating, that market can possibly reverse from. You got your profit wherever you targeted during this sell side. Market failed to close below. By the time market closed, it failed to close below the previous day. So this is why I was bullish here. Number one reason is it traded into my OTC, the only fair value that aligns with my OTC. It traded there. Okay, so now it's time for you to see the OTC on last time, and this is the 627 on 79. That's the only fair value that perfectly aligned with that, and this is where market came and reacted. I'm happy with that, as long as market does what I'm expecting from market. And the thing that I'm showing you, it's not 100%. It won't happen 100%. No one on earth can be 100% right regarding trading, even regarding their life. No one on earth can be 100% correct. Okay, because when God created us, he said that people will make mistake, and once he asks for, once he or she will ask for forgiveness, I will forgive them, and they will again make mistake. Okay, so when God is saying that, I'm not gonna say this is gonna work 100% time, but it will work at least 90 to 95% time. Okay, and if you properly manage your risk, that's what possible if you know this one simple strategy or system of looking for the drawn liquidity. Now here market failed to close below. Okay, so let me just remove all the lines. Now let's consider from here. Market failed to close below. Now I was expecting on Monday this high will be taken. That's where market on Monday went. I'm done with my day. I'm done with my challenge within these 3 days. Okay, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is 4th, 5th, 6th, I already showed you. Again 4th January, $1,000 profit. Why? Because I got the code, discount code on this specific day at the PM session, like 4th January. 5th January I got 2500, around 2500 profit, just rounding it up. And today I finished my day with another 2500 profit. I'm done with my challenge. Okay, using this simple method of drawn liquidity. If that's not good enough, up to you. You look into any other place. Okay, there is another thing. Market, since I'm just showing you this, market can do two things. Okay, on Monday we mostly expect accumulation day. Okay, so market can still go towards the upside after creating the low of the day, but it may not take the liquidity by this far. Do you need to wait until that far? So I don't know if you need to or not, but I don't need to. That's the honest thing. Okay, why I don't need to is because the low of the day when it created, if you found your setup anywhere, let's say from the opening price or the new week opening gap that I used for myself from this gap, okay, anywhere, if you get your setup, the setup you are used to with trading, if you get that setup from here to here, how many handle sticks, however you count it, how many of them from this to that high, that's 470 on ticks or 117.75 handle. Okay, so that's each tick is with one lot, it's $5 each tick. So 471 into $5 if you take only one lot. If your strategy, your entry, your stop loss allows it to take more than one lot, that's where you multiply that with the lot size. Okay, so this is where I don't really care about what happens, as long as I get my proper setup towards the buy side, I'm gonna take it no matter what. And since market is trading here, okay, what I'm expecting, if market can close above this previous day, or since it's Friday candle, if it can close above that area, this high, whatever high it creates, I'm gonna target this until it reaches to this fair value. Okay, since it's already close to there, I think it can reach by the PM session. I don't know what's the time right now, 1:36. okay, it can, maybe by the end it can reach there, doesn't matter, I don't care. This is where I'm expecting, like on inside of this fair value, this bearish fair value, this is where I'm expecting at least market to reach. Okay, so if the high is even retracing from here, I'm gonna still take my buy side liquidity and look into this area. As long as it's not going higher and continuously giving me this sort of move, I'm gonna go like with the flow. Okay, so wherever it closed today, tomorrow, based on that I will target the buy side or sell side depending on that first. Like that's my first influence. Second is from where it's giving me that sort of move, that's the second thing. Wherever it closes on Tuesday or tomorrow, that's where I'm gonna target, like that's the side I'm gonna target on the next day. So Wednesday, if I'm trading, I'm gonna trade only that side. So let's say this is the high it created. If market can trade above that high and close above that by tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I'm gonna still go for long setup until I get my profit, I finish my day, and then market gives something like what happened here, like liquidity grab, failed to close below the low. Exactly same thing, liquidity grab from the buy side, failed to close above that buy side, it closed inside the range, only then I will look for the sell side setup. Other than that, I'm not looking into sell side. Yes, there will be lot of opportunities as well, since see, like what I expected here, sell side delivery, it gave me the delivery with the daily candles wick. It gave people who entered into buy long, what do you think, didn't they get their long as well? They got their long. I don't know if this long happened what session, and what session people traded with that long setups that they got with their strategy, but both side can make profit. Same thing here, like it created wick on the upper side, a high, it created a low. If you have a proper setup with your proper strategy, you can go with whatever side you want to go, but with the bias, with this additional informations, it will be easier for you to like get the confidence. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I try to make things as simple as possible, and this is the simplest way. So the only thing I'm looking into here is with the entire move, this breakaway gap and previous day's closing, since market didn't close, that's why I'm targeting here. And as I said, tomorrow the only thing I'll look is where today finishes. Okay, if it finishes above that previous day high, I'm gonna target, I will be more confident taking buy side setups rather than sell side. As simple as that. Okay, and there will be some times where market wouldn't give you exactly the same thing. This is where your higher time frame analysis will come in part, or your patience. Every day is not for trading, you have to know that as well. So during December I barely traded. I enjoyed my time. Okay, I enjoyed time with my friends, I enjoyed time with housemates, I enjoyed the New Year Eve, whatever it is. I enjoyed everything. We had a big barbecue party with at least 10-12 people coming to us. Like, this is a small Bangladeshi community. Since I live in Australia, I don't have a huge community or family here. Okay, so 10-12 people is a huge gathering for me here. I invited them. We all had good time, spent good time until midnight, enjoyed my break. That's why I was not even uploading any videos on my channel. I talked about that as well. So as I'm saying, if it close above that, I'm gonna be more confident to take buy long than sell short. Okay, as long as that happens, I'm happy. And that's how I did my you remember this one? Let me go to my Twitter for a second before I actually finish my live stream, because I have to go for my prayer as well. It's almost morning and I have to finish it as soon as possible. So anyway, that's the payout request from my if you know my name by now, you know this is the payout request on my funded account. This is the sum of the PNLs on the express funded that I posted on my Twitter. I talked about these sort of levels to keep an eye on based on only what I just showed you guys, where price previously did it, but it didn't take the liquidities. As you see, like this buy side I marked as due. Okay, you see this due. Why I marked it as due? This buy side was due because on this specific day market took the, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Let me just make it. Okay, it doesn't allow me to zoom it in, but I'm trying to show you guys. So on this specific day, if you can find let me actually save this screenshot. Okay, I'll save there, and now I will open it. As long as it's clear to you guys, you see like where my hand gesture is. On this specific day, what happened? Price took the liquidity, failed to close above the buy side. Like took the liquidity, closed above. So this buy side was the target, wherever the high is. You can see here. Okay. Can I write or draw on this one? I don't know. Let me check what I'm showing. Is it clear in the stream? Yes, please let me know if it's clear or not, because I don't know, like on my screen it looks really bad. Okay, so on this specific moment, when price closed above that buy side was the target. Price took the liquidity, failed to close above that buy side. This sell side was the target. Price took the liquidity, failed to close below. This buy side was the target. What happened? Market didn't take the buy side liquidity. It came lower, took the sell side, and eventually it gave you, or why I said like I will be more confident to take the buy side liquidities, buy side entries, is because of this. Okay, so price took the liquidity, failed to close below, but during this specific low was created. Look how big of a wick it gave. So if you found your setup during those movements like around this sort of area, I hope by now you are in profit. But anyway, it took the liquidity, failed to close below. So what I'm expecting is, I'm expecting this buy side will be taken. That's why those two levels on my Twitter post is marked as due. So let me get back to the Twitter post. The area, if you go to my Twitter, you will understand the links are in every single of my video. If you're new here, you will find every single post video that I have posted. In the description you will find my Twitter link. So the level was 105 4509.5, 4514.5, 4596.75 that I marked as due buy side. Then there are relative equal highs at 4688.75 that I marked. There are due buy side at 4810.75. There are weekly and daily due buy side the exact same way at 4910.00. And if you look, that was ES. Okay, so that was E-mini S&P ES. Okay, S&P 500. And on ES the current price is 471 something. Where was the new rollover thing happened on the lower time frame, or sorry, what it calls, where was the new rollover thing happened and the retracement is happening from? What's the price? Let me check. What's the price here? 4841.50. so 4, and also I said it won't happen straight away. We all know that there will be retracement or something. You see, like it won't go straight there, we all know that, but that is where price is heading. Okay, so keep that in mind too. What was the high here? 4841.50. until the levels that I have marked, 4841, it has taken the daily due buy side until this far. I have only one more level left over here. Okay, that's the highest it ever reached. That's the highest before, previously. Okay, that's why I'm saying 4910.00. so until that happens, now when I marked it, it was 4512.00. where is market after even all these days of down close candles? Market is at 4771.50. okay, so you are whenever I shared it, it's still trading above that area, and it's the exact same way I calculated those areas. Okay, and that's why I said market never keeps anything due. Whatever due was on the downside, you calculate on the ES1, if you can go there. This sell side liquidity was due, that's what market took, and from this breakaway gap, daily breakaway gap, market started going higher. Okay, similarly all these things that I have showed, the levels that I have showed, those were due, and that's where market is heading to take the liquidity from. Okay, you see, like I have on the new contract with the adjustment one, I have some regular swing highs marked, but from this on, this is the calculated one that I have. So I will look into those levels on the NQZ 2023 chart. If I look into those levels, I will adjust those levels with that as well, like with these levels. Anyway, you look into your chart, try like from this day, don't use that to trade unless you understand what I'm saying. Just look where it closes. If it closes above this, market will take whatever high it's creating today, market will take that. Just keep that in mind. That's what I'm expecting. Okay, don't trade straight away if you see every single buy side. If you have a strategy, wait for a buy side setup. Wherever it closes, wait for a low of the day to create. Whatever low it created here during the London session, this low will not be violated no matter what today. Okay, until there is something that price comes and close below previous day, this low will not be violated. This is as simple. And until this far, I have nothing due over here, nothing. If it comes here, there is nothing due over here as well. What happened right here? Okay, whatever it is, let's start from the swing high to this low. You will understand why I'm saying nothing due here. Okay, so price took the liquidity, closed above from the previous day and the day before. Okay, this is where the swing high is created. So I know all the highs. If there was anything due, I don't need to count these highs anymore since price traded above that. So from this high, what happened? This high was my buy side target, it's due. Okay, what market did? It took the sell side liquidity. It didn't take the buy side, it took the sell side liquidity, but it failed to close below one more time. So on the next day, I will be confident to take buy longs, but this is the target for the market. Okay, so my buy long target, even on this day, although it took the sell side, that week I don't know like how you gonna take it, it's up to you. Okay, buy long is where I'm more confident, as simple as that. So two due liquidities, what market did? It created a inside candle. Inside means it didn't take the sell side on this specific day, it didn't take the buy side on this specific day. So I will wait until I see a level is getting violated, especially if I find some setups, clean setups, only there I will take an entry. Unless that, I won't take an entry. This specific day made me stop trading for this on this day, Wednesday. Yes, I can still trade as long as I have something in mind, or I know like market has two levels due, it came to a certain level. If that level makes sense to me, only then I will look for the buy side deliveries and entries. However, on the next day, it took the sell side of the previous day and this day as well. It failed to close below that previous day and that liquidity. Okay, so like this low and the other low that previously market created the inside candle. It took both of the liquidity, it failed to close below that. So my target is this buy side liquidity. I have two due over there, I have another due over here. Okay, market created, market took the sell side, market went higher, still I have due, and this is again giving me what I said. I'm looking for buy side setups only, and this day I hope by this far I'm good enough profitable trader by this far. Okay, so I don't need to wait until that liquidity is grabbed. However, market took the sell side, delivered me for the buy side that I'm expecting, and there are now multiple levels due. The next day market opened with a volume imbalance, created the low of the day, it went higher, took all the liquidity, it closed above the previous day's high, it closed above even all those highs. Okay, so this is in general term your market structure shift, break of a structure. Okay, in general term, this is a break of a structure, right? It I don't know why I have that, but this is a break of structure. However, on the daily level you can see why I'm expecting bullishness. From that day, took the liquidity, close above, took the liquidity, close above, took the liquidity, close above, took the liquidity, close above. Here inside candle, what I said. Okay, so it closed above on this day, so I'm targeting this side. Okay, I'm just marking on the left side so that you don't get confused between the highs. On this specific day, yes, it went higher, it created a huge wick on the top, bottom, whatever it is. I hope if you found your proper setup, you are still profitable. If not, that's the day you are, maybe, I don't know, like you know how you manage your psychology or your trades. You know what you did on this specific day. It gave you the upper run. If you found your setup, you took the entry, wherever you targeted the profit, you got it. However, on this is the inside candle. Okay, so on the next day it took the liquidity, it closed above this and that. So where is my next target? That high. Took the liquidity, closed above. Where is my next target? This high. It took the liquidity, failed to close above. Where is my next target? This low. This is the due liquidity that market left behind until it is taken. Now market created that mode and it traded into where it was supposed to trade with where is it on the daily level. Oh, I'm on the ES. So on the NQ, you know where it traded. On the ES, I don't know, like if it wants to come lower or not, because for a long time I haven't looked into the ES. Yes, I think it should come here, but maybe after retracing this fair value it can come. But as long as it's not giving me something like the move, opposite move, how I mark the moves, as long as it's not giving me, I'm not considering anything. Okay, I'm not considering any sell short from straight away from here. I want to see inside of a fair value, like here still it's inside of this bullish fair value. It came to the lower part, it traded higher. So ES is more bullish, NQ is less more bearish. Okay, why I'm saying this is in NQ it came to the fair value at this level. Okay, wherever the fair value is, it came there in NQ. You see, like this one, this fair value, there is nothing below that. So when it's falling like this, if you find your sell short setup, NQ is the better area where you can find your sell short, until what I said is you find your opposite market. I don't know what I'm saying. So NQ is more bearish during this specific week, okay, than ES, because ES didn't go there on the OTZ or something. But what I'm saying here, it traded into your fair value. That can be a possible area where it can reverse from. That's what I told you to look for, and with that added confirmation, you have your liquidity graph failed to close below. So now you target the buy side. That's the buy side delivery. Wherever it closes, based on that you can target the next liquidity level or next side. This is adding your confirmation. How many times I'm wrong during all these moves? How many times? Okay, this one time, but what I said, I will be confident in my sell side liquidity. It kept this due, then it started doing the same thing over and over again. You see, like it didn't take this or this, it created inside candle. I don't know, like there is only one tick or two tick of sell side delivery in the daily. If lower time frame I lost or found any setup or not, I don't know on this specific day, but sell side was what I could have targeted if I found my setup. Maybe I lost on this day from all these moves. This is where I lost my money. The next day it opened higher, it took the liquidity, closed above, took the liquidity, closed above. That's how it was going until this far. Market now shifted the direction from a weekly point of interest. It's doing exactly the same on this move until this far, where it's a daily point of interest, and if I'm not wrong, you will find some weekly point of interest as well around this area. Market is now giving you the opposite again from that. Until this far you had only this low due, that low is cleared now, there is nothing due on this low. So if market wants to continue higher and take all these buy sides that anticipating, like I'm thinking, this low won't be traded. But I don't care about that high, that high, that high. As long as my daily is giving me the structure, I'm following that. As simple as that. I hope that was informative enough. I don't know like how helpful it was. And thanks for bearing with me. As I said, I took the challenge, I completed it. Unfortunately, today's trade I didn't record, I forgot about that, but previous 2 other days trade I have it recorded. When I get time to edit the things, like I'm recording from the moment I sit in front of the computer, when all the things I'm calculating or price is coming to the level where I'm anticipating a move from, looking for my setups, entries, I will cut those, because otherwise it will be an hour-long video. Okay, so I will try to upload those things as well. Okay, once educational purpose. Okay, so please brother, could you show your daily bias, how you analyze the market from daily to your entry on 5 minutes? So I was expecting this, right? Let me, you know, let me go to NQ. That will be better since I'm trading on NQ. You know this daily breakaway gap. Okay, this is what I have on my chart, only the new week opening gap and daily breakaway gap. Other than that I have nothing here. Okay, this is, I just draw like I'm expecting on the 15 minutes or something, some sort of resistance around that. Did I draw it on 15 minutes? Yeah, I think I draw this one, right? Oh, it's too far back there, here. So yeah, this is after taking these liquidities, I'm expecting a short-term rejection or something from this area if market wants to. Otherwise it has long of a way to go up there. I don't really care about that, as long as I got my buy side delivery until this far. Okay, this PDBSL, previous day buy side, this is where I got it. So from the daily, what I'm expecting, that's the breakaway gap. Okay, daily breakaway gap. This is the 15 minute. When market is coming lower, I'm expecting, first thing first, this is previous days PM sessions liquidity, that's why it's important. So I'm expecting this to be taken, at least it's taken, but I'm not expecting this sell side will be taken. Why it's not, it shouldn't be taken? What is this? This is the previous day's sell side, and what my daily analysis that I showed you, like the previous day's close and that, this is for educational purpose. So please, first you have to master it by observing what specifically you want to look during a specific moment. So this is for educational purpose only. I'm doing this for, even before even coming to this sort of prop firm or industry. Okay, when I was doing it in crypto, I was even looking at this sort of things as well. So don't get me wrong, this didn't came from ICT or anything. Yes, ICT gave me some hints regarding this. Why I'm saying gave me some hints is because what he said is, when you are looking into the liquidity levels, you look into your previous sessions, day, week, these liquidities. Remember, in lot of areas he talked about that, and since I was looking into the previous day from earlier, that's what I am strict with. Okay, that's what I'm looking into every time, and I trade in 1 minute, brother. I don't really bother too much about weekly this, weekly that. I only go there once my specific area, this daily breakaway gap is where I was anticipating market will go higher. That's exactly what is happening right now. Here is the market, okay, from this daily breakaway gap. Now if market did this, okay, so it created the high, it came, it took this liquidity, okay, this liquidity was what my daily bias is giving. If market comes and takes the sell side close below the daily breakaway gap, only then I will go to higher time frame to find out where it exactly wants to go. Other than that, I don't really need my higher time frame. This daily is my higher time frame bias. When I'm trading in 1 minute, daily, hourly, 15, 1, these sort of time frames are way important than weekly and monthly, because you can simply, if you can understand the price action, if you can wait, if you have the patience, this is how you utilize those things. Okay, I'm showing you everything. I even showed you my top step dashboard. I'm showing you my account balance right here on the trading view, where I have the top step connected, a TraderPath connected, the account here, the profit balance, everything. I'm showing you everything. So if it didn't work, you know, previously on my Twitter I have posted my payout request as well. If it didn't work for me, it shouldn't have worked like this. Okay, this is from a 50k account. I'm making $1,579. Let's call it a day. First trade, one lot, done. Remember, if you can see the liquidity, then you are the liquidity. This is what I'm showing here. Here I'm showing you guys my payout request amount. Yes, I didn't show the amount, but it was like 1500 plus. Just keep it that way. The reason it's 1500 plus is I wanted to keep at least a large amount of liquidity for myself. Like when you are in funded account, your account balance starts with 0. You can go until minus $2,000 on a 50k account, and when you are above $2,000 like in profit, that's where your stop loss or your daily loss or max loss limit comes to 0. Like when you hit your account balance to 0, your account will be closed. Okay, so I have to build some liquidity there so that in future I can trade fearlessly. When I see my setup, I can trade fearlessly. So I kept lot of my profit in my funded account, so that with the profit I already withdraw, it paid me for everything, like even my trading view membership, my funded challenge, what it calls the cost of the challenge, the cost after getting funded, like you have to pay a one-time fee or one-time $149, everything I have covered, and I made enough profit for myself as well. Now I'm keeping it for a long time. I'm not here to play one day game. Okay, the day I don't feel confident, I don't trade. As simple as that. It took me a while to build this sort of mentality or something. This is where I'm showing here. Okay, thank you for submitting this. I got my profit, everything. 1500 subscribers the day I hit it on the 31st night. I congratulated you all. Everything is here. Okay, everything, even previously, like wherever I was trading, this is all my account. This is, you see all this 1400, the daily PNL 1200, 1266, 1100, 1300, all this coming from exactly what I just showed you guys. Okay, now whatever I was saying is, I'm not expecting this liquidity to be taken. That's my expectation, and this is working for how many times? I showed you already for a month or two of this exact same calculation. So my expectation is this previous day sell side liquidity, that PDSL, I don't know if you can see it or not, this PDSL won't be taken. That's why when market came back and revisited this, I only looked into this liquidity, and at the same time I looked into two different levels. Number one is this entire order blocks mean threshold. Okay, and number two is, so this is where it came. Number two is this week C. But when I saw like this week C, if it can come to this far, it can come and take the sell side liquidity. I cancelled the thought about the C retest. Okay, this retest, I cancelled that, because why? If it comes this far, it's not too far from here, rather than going to the buy side liquidity. Okay, so the rejection, it's giving me even better, because it's from a order blocks mean threshold. Also it retested that breakaway gap one more time. After the first retest, it again retested that. So this is where I got my first confidence. The second confidence is I just looked into the daily to make, like to make sure where it came exactly. You look into the daily week, see it traded that consequent encouragement, it rejected even in 15 minutes. Okay, so that's my added confirmation from here. The first analysis or things that I look into before looking for a long setups. Now when market where is it here, when market did this, I didn't take any entry on this leg. Okay, all I was looking into is which candle took this liquidity. I was waiting for market to go above that. Okay, so the moment it went above that, okay, the first thing is during my London silver bullet, I found my very short and quick setup here. I found it here. I entered from this. Why? Because that's my London silver bullet starting at 3 AM. The first thing it did was taking all these liquidities and coming below and displacing below. It created two different fair value gaps. I draw the OTG. Although I draw the OTG, I entered from the midpoint of this fair value, somewhat around this area, and then I found my exact 1:2 setup. That's what I said during my silver bullet. This is what I look into. Okay, so this only these three candle provided me that. I'm more than happy with that. Okay, I don't really need to worry too much. Even if I put my stop loss there, and even if I enter from here, let's say you didn't enter from higher or something, 122 has been hit and then market started going higher, and until this all this move happened, did it stop me out at that level? Look, it came very close. There is no spread, we all know that. Did it move? Let's say I didn't get my 122. It's okay, as long as I know my setup. I will be fearless to enter there. I won't hold or I won't close the trade until I get this. This is what I traded in my funded account, and I found this within 3 minutes. I'm happy with that, because now I have more than $1,200 in profit on my funded account, because 1%, that's what I risk. Okay, and it gave me more than 1200. Okay, this is how far I can go. 4 contracts on the 50k account. That's where I went. I found this. Okay, I'm sorry, it's on the 100k. That's why you are seeing 1600, but it's not 1600. Okay, it's 100k. That's why it's in 1%. The value is way higher. Don't worry about that. The thing is, this is what I traded in my funded account. The moment I saw these reactions, okay, why I am saying this is because I already talked about the higher part. I talked about the breakaway gap part. This is where breakaway gap created. Market came, gave me second time the break of structure. Okay, first time you can mark here, or I would love to mark the internal, as long as that's a fractal swing low. But if you don't want to consider these things, just go for the lowest. I found it here. Now once I found it here, I'm happy. And like, I didn't enter here. Okay, don't get me wrong, I didn't enter here. I got this on this account. Okay, on this I got this reaction and the second break of structure. When the second break of a structure happened, I was willing to take the entry from this, but somehow I missed the move and I saw this. Okay, I didn't take the entry because I market execute sometimes I put my position. I just had a positioning tool like this until that high, like the fair value gap candles high like this, and I targeted simply the low, like from where it's retesting or retracing to that level after the second break of structure. But unfortunately I didn't right click and create my limit order over there. So when that specific part I missed, I didn't wait another retest to that level. Okay, what I saw here is this high took the liquidity of this inducement. Okay, I say a lot of time inducement, like this specific high or swing high, whatever you call it, this specific high, it's a swing high for me. I don't care about other calculations as long as I have 2 candles, and at this moment it's trading into your fair value gap as well, so it's a valid swing high for me. When this liquidity is taken, you will see I have a inducement here. Okay, inducement, even the template saved so that I can draw it quickly or write it quickly. Anyway, once the inducement is taken, and which candle specifically took the inducement, this candle. Okay, this small candle, when market traded lower than that, since I missed this entry, I entered from this exact volume imbalance low. I didn't enter from high or anything. I entered from this volume imbalance low. I put my stop loss. I'm not sure if this high or this high, but I know this is where I entered for a sell short setup until how long. Okay, let me show you that as well. On the 15 minutes I will show you that specific area. From yesterday I was anticipating this fair value, sorry, not this one, here, from yesterday. So this fair value, that's breakaway gap that I was anticipating from yesterday. So the first take profit, I will go back to 1 minute. Instead of targeting this low, I targeted this high. Okay, let me remove this new 15 minutes 2 days back. I targeted this because I know, like, if market wants to go higher, it will trade into this fair value. That's why instead of exact low, I targeted until this far. That's where I took my profit. Okay, so let me, I don't know, like, if I go to the replay mode, it don't, oh, it don't show on the replay, because exactly that's where the first partial I took. By the way, I entered 5 lots over there. Okay, 5, because it's a 100k account. I can take 10 lots. 5 was more than enough for this specific moment, and it was actually giving me the less than 1% risk. So I entered 5. I closed 3 here. When this candle happened, where was my take profit? My take profit was, like, where was my other take profit? I kept it at the C of this specific candle, because that wick is not looking too usual at this specific moment. So I kept it here. Okay, don't get me wrong, I kept it here. Then I realized on this specific area, market traded below that 15 minutes, even in 15 minutes as well. Okay, so without even thinking further, I moved my take profit lower for the rest of the high, and I trailed my stop loss in break even as well. Why I said this is because on the other day I realized it didn't, like, keep any portion open. So I was thinking, if market is going lower, this is where it is going to take the liquidity from. Okay, that's why what I did is, on the 1 minute chart, I, whatever the rest of the 2 lots where I had, I simply targeted that sell side liquidity, like this level, the one that you can see, this level. This is where I took my second partial, and from here I saw the daily breakaway gap is the only thing where market can go and retrace from. That's why I targeted the next liquidity inside of that area, which was, I mean, it will look funny, but this liquidity. Okay, because that's a clean swing low. I don't know if you call it a swing low or not. 4 candle retracement, 1 2 3 4. It should go far from the swing high candles, like ICT's recent video. If you watched it, it should go far from there. When you are looking into your OTZ or anything like that, this is how you look in, and this is a clean retracement. 1 2 3 4, how many candles you count, that liquidity low has at least that many candles, and I count 2 candles on the left, 2 candles on the right. That's my personal observation. So this low is where I thought market will come and reverse from. However, maybe market came even lower than that. I don't care about that. Okay, as long as I'm getting my profit at this low, because that's how far it can go if it wants to go there, since it's already coming up from that fair value, and I'm not expecting this sell side will be taken. So what market did here is, it took that low and came a little lower than that here. Okay, that's the sell side, no 2 days sell side, if I'm not wrong, and then it went higher and moved like this crazy. So until anything happened, like until it went above this new week opening gap above there, I didn't consider entering into a trade even from here, if I'm not wrong. Okay, if I'm not wrong, don't get me wrong. So after it took this liquidity and gave me the market structure shift, I entered from this fair value gap and specifically the new week opening gap high, keeping my stop loss at the new week opening gap low, as it's not too much or too big. Why I said this is because the first thing is it should I'm expecting this as my breakaway gap. Okay, this is where it goes very important, where and why I choose a certain level of my stop loss. I know this is the safest area. Okay, I know definitely that this is the safest possible area where you can put your stop loss. Why? The breakaway gap candles low is here, like 1 2 3 candle that created the fair value. Let's say it's not breakaway gap, fair value gap. That's the lowest candle of those 3 candles. Now you have a small little volume imbalance here. I don't think it's important since you are putting below that level. That's the safest level. Now the reason I entered here is number one of this inversion fair value that I can mark over here. Okay, the original fair value is like this. So that's my first thing. Number two is this gap, I'm expecting it to be a breakaway gap, but if market comes inside of that gap, I'm also expecting the high to be retested after going or breaking above that high, since the buy side liquidity is here, and I think if I'm not wrong, above the other levels I have so many buy side, like previous day that's the target. So I have bullish bias from Friday, and that's what I'm expecting during this moment. So that's the only reason. If this is a breakaway gap and I'm right about my stop loss, like right about this breakaway gap and all the things that I'm expecting from market, like this fair value, this fair value, this weekly opening gap, new week opening gap high, I'm expecting market to keep at least some portion of this to be open to become a breakaway gap. It came to the midpoint, it kept all of them unfilled, it went higher. Where did it came? I said most common area, that's where I focus. How many times I said that? If you remember, this is how many times I said that. Breakaway gap, inversion fair value gap, new week opening gap high, or the gap itself. I have that's my common area. That's why I entered here. Number one, instead of putting the stop loss here, I put it exactly on the breakaway gaps low, right exactly 465. Okay, I put here. The reason behind that is, sorry, that's the entry point. This is where I put my stop loss and targeted. This high gave me more than enough, if I'm not wrong, but I didn't go until that far. I closed some partial around this area. If I'm, oh shit, what I'm saying, on the right side, right, this is the entry. So this is where I closed the partial. Instead of going for the entire buy side, I closed some, like rest of the position at somewhat around this candle's high, this candle's closing price. Exactly, this is where I closed because of this fast breakaway gap of 1 minute. You can go into a chart, you can understand what I'm saying here. Okay, like this, that's where market went and then rejected for a lower run for a short period, and eventually it went higher. But as I'm saying, since I'm expecting this to be a breakaway, this to be an inversion fair value, and this to be a institutional level of support resistance, the new week opening gap is very important. If market is trading below or above that, you will look into setup around that area. If you find, this is my setup that I found. It took the liquidity from the previous low, that I can call inducement liquidity. It traded into the fair value gap. You see this small little fair value, nothing came and closed below that fair value, although I had another breakaway gap here. You see, like this fair value, nothing came here. So it's still my breakaway gap, and this is where I'm gonna keep my eye when market comes around this area in future. Okay, that's the only reason I'm gonna keep my eye here. It's completely unfilled in 1 minute, and also this is 15 minutes fair value that market is retesting. So many confluences here, and then it gave me that market structure shift. Wherever you mark or you are marking, that's your market structure, you found it, this is the retest in your discount as well. Okay, so that's the high, that's another confluence that I had from low to high. That's where is your midpoint, this. Okay, So this midpoint discount sits below that. If it comes to discount, this is where you have your breakaway, or since this is the low that took the liquidity, you want to mark from here, you still mark that, see where the discount is, it still came below that discount, well, like inside of that discounted area. That's why I took this entry. I had so many confluences, and the reason I put here is because if I'm wrong about all this that I'm saying, like weekly gap, weekly new week opening gap, the inversion fair value, the breakaway gap, first thing first, I'm not expecting market to come and close this entire gap. That's why I call this a breakaway gap. Okay, it must have to keep some portion open to be eligible for a breakaway gap. That's why I'm not expecting market to come here, first thing. Second thing, this is a bearish bullish inversion fair value market. I'm not expecting to trade lower. It can come middle point or wherever it wants to, even the weekly new week opening gaps middle point, it can do that. I don't mind seeing that, but I don't want anything to come lower and close this gap completely, first gap. That's why I put here, if that happens, if market comes lower, even if I put the safest stop loss like this, I will be stopped out no matter what. Why? Because I have sell side liquidity sitting right here. Okay, and if market can go this far and then reject from this specific fair value that I had over here, if it can reject from there, this is the chart I traded on. Okay, so that's why I shouldn't have come here and showed you the levels, because this line I have to now manually, anyway I can draw it. But as I said, I've got rejection from here, so this 1 minute breakaway gap that I can see here, or the balance price range. Okay, let's show you that as well. You see this specific area, look. Okay, that's why I didn't even consider going up to that high. I considered taking here of the inside of this entire fair value, this the breakaway gap, this entire fair value, forget about the left side, just bearish breakaway gap that market previously did not traded. So market came one more time around that area, filled my take profit target, first partial above this high, because that's how much I needed. Okay guys, don't get me wrong, even though I am hoping it will be huge run, that's how much I needed, and I made similar amount profit on both of my accounts. Why I need to wait until that far? I shouldn't be awake by now. That's the first thing. Okay, I should be going to bed the moment I'm done, but just to give you guys the message or information, I'm still awake, so I don't need to wait until that far. This is giving me the confirmation, added confluence that it should go higher, and that's why I didn't put my stop loss here. This is where if I'm wrong here, I will be wrong here too. I can guarantee you that by doing this or moving my stop loss from this area, either I'm reducing my chance of winning money, enough money. Why? Because when you increase your stop loss, let me go to my you see this position, when I'm putting here create limit order 5 lots or maybe let's say 6 lots, I'm getting 1% filled. Okay, risk $1080 worth of risk that I'm taking here. Remember the amount, because the same risk how much it can give me if my stop loss was lower. Okay, $1080 risk, $2940 in profit. Same risk, how could it give me now? 1000 with $1000 I can make $4900 with the even less risk by doing this. So what I'm doing here is, by making this, because I know if I'm wrong here, I will be wrong here no matter what, because what can stop the market here? I'm not seeing, I don't consider this as order block. This is my order block. This a small little bloody candle is my order block rather than this. Why this is not order block and this is order block? It's coming out from after taking a liquidity. It's coming out from a 15 minutes fair value gap, which is higher time frame point of interest or PDRS, however you call it. It's coming from there. it is the candle that caused the market structure shift and this entire bloody move. So now I'm looking into this candle. When market traded above this set of candles high, this set of traders candles high, this is where my this order block is getting confirmed. Okay, this is where I confirm my order block, not break of a structure, market structure shift, nothing. Only the order block is confirmed, the state of delivery confirmed around this level. Okay, with the exact same candle, order block is confirmed there. Until that happened, nothing came and retested this order block's mean threshold, but this candle, this is the first time market came here and then it went higher. Okay, this candle, after that it came and traded into the order block, but it didn't came to the mean threshold. Or if you don't want to look into this mean threshold, just think about this way: the next order block is only confirmed when I see this order block's opening price is getting retested. So after this candle happened, this is where market came and retested the order block. So this is my order block. Okay, so this is my next order block. So that's the only order block. If market wants to come lower than this level, either this order block's mean threshold can hold it. If not, after taking the liquidity, this 15 minutes fair value can send it higher. Other than that, I don't see. Okay, I have too many lines over there. I don't know if it's confusing or not. So what I was saying is, other than that, I don't think market like will stop here or even the mean threshold of this candle. I don't think that way. If I'm wrong here, I'm wrong here. I don't need to give it breathing room by too much. This breakaway gap should not be filled. If it's a breakaway gap, it should not be filled. That's enough room. This low is enough room. Okay, because why I'm saying this, unless I had all these common areas and confluences, this would look like my entry from that breakaway gaps high to this low. Since I have this new week opening gap, this inversion fair value gap all aligning together here, that's where I targeted. Still it has enough area to come from here to here. How many ticks? It's 3.5 handle. That means how many ticks? 14 ticks. Okay, so it has enough room. I still gave him room until this far. It's 5 handle. How many you want, like 20 ticks or 5 handle or 5 pips, however you call it, 5 handle. I don't want to give it anymore because already the low is here. I'm expecting this low won't be violated. So that's why if I'm wrong here, I'm wrong. I don't need to see if market can come here and take this liquidity or not. If I didn't have this new week opening gap, only then and only then, okay, this new week opening gap, if it was not here, the low was not here, only then I might consider putting it here. Only then. Still I will consider twice before doing that, because I don't want a breakaway gap to retested by this much. Okay, because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Still I would consider. That's what I'm saying. Okay, by drawing this 9 ticks or 36 ticks of stop loss, by giving it that, I would still consider, because if it's a breakaway gap, first thing, price should not even come to this low. So why I need to give this big of a room? Because sometimes I can consider this as a breakaway gap, but market can make this a regular fair value gap by trading to the lower part. Once it's traded to the lower part, if I didn't get my profit by this move, when next time it's coming around that area, market would never respect this area. If this fair value, the breakaway gap is fulfilled, the next time it will come here, it will go through it straight away. You will find it so many times. Like what happened here, you see this green candles wick, how far it traded. It traded to the top, it broke exactly straight away. It didn't even, the retest even didn't take the liquidity from this low. Same thing, it's, I don't know, like this is my observation, guys. For some reason I can see these things. As I said, I combine so many influence before entering into a trade. I don't care if I don't my setup, I will not trade. Is the money I made here, just think this way. Okay, now it's funded, I'm gonna pay it by once they send me the confirmation congratulation message, I will share with you guys. I'm gonna pay for this account, I'm gonna trade into this account as well. So if I make this much of profit in 3 days, if I can make $6,000, what's the problem if I stop trading for next 2 days if I don't find this sort of confluences or setups? $6,000 a lot of like top position holder cannot even make in a month. I know that. I know very well how much people gets their salary, because I had a cousin over there. I know. He's now in Bangladesh. He's back to his home country, because it's bloody hard to live like that. Okay, I don't know, it's up you. If you guys are from there, I think you guys can say like how much $6,000 in 3 days means to you guys. It means a lot to me even in Australia, because if I show you guys for the one last time, okay, USD to AUD, come on, okay, this is US dollar, $6,000 that I made profit to pass the challenge in 3 days. If you don't think that I can do it in my funded, that's up to you. Since I already showed you my all of these things here, I'm doing it consistently on my accounts, consistently. Okay, so since I showed you that, I hope you know what I'm showing. Look into my videos. But what I was showing here is 6,000 US dollar. Why it's not giving me that? Come on. Okay, I don't know what happened over here. USD to AUD, it usually gives me there. Okay, United States dollar 6,000 to AUD. Where is it? Fuck off. Well, let me go here. Transferize 6,000. This is, oh shit, sorry, this. Okay, nearly 9,000 Australian dollar in 3 days. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy to take 1 week off from trading if I don't find a clean setup. I'm happy. Okay, if you guys are happy, you should go like that. You are here to play for the long term. Just think about this way. Let's say this is my 1 month's income. Forget about everything else. You know, $8,900. Okay, 929, whatever it is. This is, let's say, 1 month income. How many months over there in 1 year? 12 months. What? Oh shit. Come on. 8,929 into 12 is 107k in a year in profit. Okay, 107k, $100. The minimum wage that starts in Australia in a official level is 54k. I'm getting double of that minimum wage, and the highest level starts somewhat around from 84k until 180. That's how far I know some people are getting. Okay, from 80k to 140, 80, 50, around that level. The highest is that. Those are the people I know. That's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong, there might be even higher than that payment, I don't know. But my friend personally, Shezan, his name is Shezan, he is from my home country. We used to study together, everything together. He's a machine learning engineer or expert. He completed his PhD in artificial intelligence or machine learning. He did that, and now he's working for Amazon in a huge project. That's where he is getting 1,180k a year. After paying the tax, he is getting somewhat around this amount. Okay, the tax is huge. When your income threshold is that high, you have to pay nearly 43% or something as your tax, and that's what he's paying. After that, he's getting whatever he is getting. So whatever he's getting end of the day, yes, I must have to pay tax here as well. I think the foreign exchange or whatever the income threshold it calls, it's also somewhat around that 43% or something. So what I'm getting is still, if I pay 43% of this as my income tax, I will still have more than what a full-time worker gets by sitting at home. Okay, after paying tax. And of course, don't forget, on that 54k 8k whatever people are getting, they have to pay the tax too. So I'm still getting way higher than what those people are getting. And if I can have this sort of return in a month from different accounts, this is where I grow my account. Okay, I don't try to be a millionaire in one day or in a week or from one single account. That's why I'm doing multiple accounts, one after another. When I'm doing it, after receiving the payment from, let's say when I get this account funded and get the first withdrawal, I will buy another account to another prop firm, maybe FTMO, maybe my forex fund, maybe I don't know, like sorry, not my forex fund, what I'm saying is skill funded trader or whatever the prop firms are there with good reviews or something people are using. I will buy another challenge there, the max possible within my ability. Okay, because they are very expensive, to be honest. They are expensive. Like FTMO is very expensive too. Let's see, I don't know how much, like 100k 200k. It's not as cheap as top step. So to 100k, let's see. Come on, why it's this bright, man? I hate brightness. I must need to take the swing account, although I do day trading, but without swing account, if I'm not wrong, they don't allow the news time trades or things like that. So it's better. Also it has less leverage. And this is how much in euro USD. So 596 USD. As long as I can make more than that with my first withdrawal, I will buy this one. If not, I will wait for my second withdrawal. As simple as that. I'm gonna build my empire. Let's see, like, who can go there first. Okay, that's a challenge to you guys. If you guys can beat me, come beat me. Okay, I'm showing you everything. So either I will go like MT5, I don't know about C Trader, I don't know about DX Trader. I will look into them. Whatever the platform is good, this is my next. If this, why I'm showing 100k is because this exact same account on trade top step is only 99 US dollar, but you can trade forex here and indices, a lot of other things. You can only trade indices like US 30, US 100, US 500, things like that. Okay, so this is why they are also expensive. And also there is no monthly fees, whereas if you don't pass your challenge within 1 month, you have to pay the exact same amount for the next month until you complete it, or if you fail it, to reset, things like that. Okay, so here you don't have any restriction like that. That's why I think that's the only reason the price is this high, because you can hold it for a year as long as you don't violate all the rules, daily loss limit or total loss limit. You can take as long as you want. Okay, that's why. So the 200k is the highest they are offering. It cost this, okay, 1200 US dollars. If you fail it, you lost your 1200 US dollars straight away. So think where you want to take it, how you want to take it. If you have a proper setup that you are trading over and over again, and as I said, this is the only reason I entered from here. There is nothing else, and that's the only reason my stop loss was here rather than putting on this low or even thinking about any other places. Okay, and yes, I will show you guys a lot of other things. Stay with me. Okay, there will be a lot of other things. PNL here 2493. Let me bring back my other charts. Okay, let me actually show you this. I don't mind showing you this. Come on. So I'll just keep from here, like from this is the Sonnet, the combine that I started new 100k account. By this time, how many days I have traded, where is it says here, 2 days traded. First day 1034, second day 2486, talked about this already. Third day done. Okay, nearly similar amount, right? 2490 something, that's what I made, 2493. So nearly 2500 in back-to-back days. within 3 days done. There is no bloody drawdown. Okay, so if you don't think this is where you want to go, it's up to you. But as I said, you have to be patient. You have to be back test, forward test, learn one thing properly, do it over. And you know, like I just, before I go, I remember one last thing. Okay, you know, Bruce Lee, what Bruce Lee said is, I don't fear that guy who knows 1000 martial art styles or punches or whatever it is. I fear the guy who knows only one technique or one way of punching, but he practiced it 1000 times. That's the guy I fear the most. Okay, Bruce Lee said this, so remember that. Bruce Lee is a legendary person. He had so many obstacles and he became the best of all people in martial art field, in even acting field as well. Like, everyone still salutes and talks about Bruce Lee. So he said that, like, I don't fear the guy who knows 1000 ways of a punch. I fear the guy who knows only one way to punch but practiced 1000 times. That's the guy I fear the most. So you have to be that guy who practiced 1000 times with one thing, until you master it, until you feel the change of it. Let's say you are trying the same setup, it's not working for you for a long time, the back test, the forward test, whatever you do, it's not working. That's when you look for a switch to your strategy or learning even more. That's when you consider that the thing that you learned, you have to do it by yourself until you master it. I mastered one simple strategy, I shared with you guys, that's what I'm doing. So yes, until next time, take a very good care. Bye bye.